It's Thor driving race cars! And that's my short summary of the movie. I mean, it's not really Thor, it's the actor, Chris Hemsworth, as racer James Hunt. I'll just get into the review. So I got to see an early screening of Rush, which comes out a week from now. Unless you live in one of those selected cities where it's opening this weekend, in which case this is not an early review, but for those who are not in those selected cities, you get an early review of Rush. So let's talk about Rush. So Rush tells the true story of the rivalry between James Hunt, who Chris Hemsworth plays, and Niki Lauda, played by Daniel Huh? I probably butchered his name, and I'm sorry, but basically, these two guys were Formula One drivers during the 1970s, both with very distinctive styles of driving and attitudes when it came to their personal life and being looked at as driving icons. It basically chronicles their first meeting, their rivalry, and their many challenges when on and off the track. Now, let me first say, I am not the biggest fan of, racing. Hell, I'd be one of the guys to make fun of NASCAR and just say how stupid it is. But the one thing I will admit that'll shut me up is realizing that when you get into this job of whether it's Formula One or NASCAR, you are basically putting your life on the line for this job, and that I can really respect. Now, I don't know much about this story or how accurate this is, or much info about the two guys. But this is a good movie. Chris Hemsworth does a really good job at James Hunt being the basically Playboy-esque type racer. It would be like him basically being Tony Stark. He's a womanizer, he's carefree, and then you've got Niki Lauda, who is more by the book, strategic, and he's really smart. But you both acknowledge these guys and respect and really appreciate their driving skills, even though both of them have two very different ways of driving. Seeing how they race each other and even see how they handle their personal lives out of the race cars are very interesting. Both actors do a really good job, as I mentioned. The supporting cast is good. It's got a great score by Hans Zimmer, and the movie looks beautiful. It's got some beautiful cinematography. The racing scenes are shot really well at times, and at other times it's shot just too close, but you still get the intensity of what's going on. Whether you're rooting for one guy or the other, you still get the intensity, and there comes a point in the movie where you're going to end up rooting. If you were rooting for one guy at one point in the movie, you're going to end up rooting for the other guy at some point in the movie, and you're going to end up rooting for both at some point. So that's something that the movie did a really good job of, was not making you pick one side for the entire length of the movie. If I had any complaints about it, as I mentioned, the racing wasn't shot all that well at times, with a lot of close-ups that I didn't think were necessary. But aside from that, honestly, for being one of these based on a true story movies, I didn't really feel any emotional attachment to the characters or what was going on until near the end of the movie. But throughout the rest of the movie, I didn't really feel any attachment. I was just like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And also, this is just a nitpick, but this weirded me out. Olivia Wilde is in the movie playing James Hunt's wife/ex-wife. And it looks like she got left in a tanning bed for 5 or 10 extra minutes. She just looked really orange. I don't know if that's what fashion models looked like in the 1970s, but it just weirded me out. But aside from that and those other complaints I had, Rush is good. It's a really good movie. Good story, great performances, great score, and beautiful cinematography. It's definitely worth seeing in your lifetime. Is it going to be an Oscar contender? Maybe. This movie, it's kind of hard to tell if it is or not. Time will tell. But yeah, it's worth seeing in your lifetime. So that's my review for Rush. And depending on where you are, it's either an early review or an on-time review. Leave a comment if you've seen the movie. Subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews in the future. Check out my other channel, AlexG8462. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. Tell your friends about me. This has been The Cinemas with Mr. Robinson. And next time I will see you guys, I will be in Santa Cruz again. So remember, know it before you see it. See you guys later, and I'll be in Santa Cruz next time.